These are my top 5 best meta players in every single position. The cheap edition, or at least affordable options. We made a video without budgets and it got out of hand. Let's talk goalkeepers. In full transparency, this position in particular doesn't really shift. We've got the classics, and he needs an upgrade, but the 92 Van der Sar will still be in a rotational for me. I used him this past weekend. There is some trust. We have that relationship, but I'd like an upgrade. Same could be said with Petr Cech. Body type, perfection. Consistency, reliability, confidence, everything is spot on. This man's also only 100,000 coins. Donnarumma. We're talking Donnarumma, my favorite of the Italians. Team of the season still holds up. Highly recommended, highly regarded, 50,000 coins. Next to nothing. I'm not sure there's been a better goalkeeper come up ever. All-time great Casillas. He is revamped, revitalized, and he now has a new upgrade in an SBC at a 96. I would recommend it. If not, even his 92. Something saucy is there. I can't give you the stat. Playstyles don't matter with goalkeepers. It's hard to understand or interpret. We don't have metrics that are metricing. The Dane, Peter Schmeichel, 97 overall, cost you 300,000 coins. Everything is right. The middens, they're heated up, or they're heating up. They're in the oven. Those are my top 5 goalkeepers, at least from user experience. Into the left backs, and if you watch the channel, Bomb Pastor has to make an appearance, and she's gonna do just that. I'm waiting for the next upgrade, but the 93, I still have so much to appreciate. There is that razzle, that dazzle. I still have some sparkle. She might be a little undersized, could use an additional play style, but what's right is right, and the dribbling and responsiveness, chef's kiss. I like Camavinga. Used them for multiple weekends. 80,000 coins, the cheapest of any of my left back selections. Easy French links, Real Madrid, had a certain cadence on the virtual pitch. I will say this, from a playstyle perspective, more midfielder-based playstyles, but it works for him. Alphonso Davies, and we can't go with the highest rated version, so we're taking the team of the season moments, we're throwing it back, still a 94, maybe the most athletic in this type of price range or affordability, around 400,000 coins. And if you want a track record, a proof of concept, rich history in terms of just being able to dominate the wings, he's a fullback you can count on. Reliability will be a constant theme, especially when we're looking for those, not necessarily hidden gems, but more reasonably valued players. You're not overpaying, you're not overspending. Tesco meal deal with Grimaldo, the Spaniard moving to Bayer Leverkusen, and what a season he had on the actual pitch. And the upgrades were evident. Still has a natural essence with the whippage. Love using him out wide, which leads me to João Cancelo, who I've packed. He's still getting used in my lineups, and I often prefer him as a left back versus being a right back. I'm not mad if you put him one place or the other. I know that he's naturally right-footed. I think some of the Trivela and the animations that he gets with some of the passing allows him to get by with additional facilitation and just movements that are easy on the eyes. Those are my top 5 left backs in this price range. Moving to the other side of the pitch, let's discuss right backs. Cafu, Golasso, it just goes hand in hand. I wouldn't be me if I didn't include him. The amount of minutes that he has got in some capacity, that's undeniable talent and presence, and one of the greatest to ever do it. I still slotted Ona into consideration. I do believe you have to go with the team of the year in order to fit her in properly from maybe more of a budgeting perspective, because the team of the season, I believe, was an SBC, which maybe at the time wasn't overpriced, but where we are present day as we're recording, you're just getting such a better return in theory if you go to the marketplace and spend 150,000 coins on the 95 team of the year. Kimmich. Would you prefer him out wide? Do you want him in the middle of the pitch? That might be a different debate, but you can't deny that the stats are incredible. So is the performance, so is the price tag. To go with 90s across the board, what can't he do? Frimpong, it's only 400,000 coins. Present day, still maybe the fastest right back you can get. One of the better offensive options. He's an elitist. As he bursts forward, will make players uncomfortable. That Kyle Walker, and I just didn't feel right if we didn't mention him. Over 500,000 coins. All things considered, he's still attainable. He's still affordable. a little more of a premium for this position, but his body type to go with the links and the previous history throughout the FIFA franchise or the FC movement. And then you added in jockey, which helps so much with the turning, which has always been a bit of a critique or a detriment. You got relentless, he's never tired. Rapid, because he gets the extra booster. I don't think the slide tackle play style makes a big difference. We made a video discussing all play styles on the channel. If you'd like to check that out, we have the full tiers. Those are my top 5 right backs if you're not spending an arm and a leg. Moving into the central role, center backs on deck. We got to have Bisek. The price has been dropping. We love to see it. The ability is still full frontal. 93 overall. Biggest body that we got on the virtual pitch. Maybe the best AI defender. He just has such a presence. How can you deny it? He's so noticeable. We're going French. Saliba, again with the body type, wide shoulders. If you're going to spend the arm and the leg and budgets is not a thing for you, of course, go after the upgrade. The higher rated items, we're going to focus on the 94, the team of the season, who is still going to hold it down. You can count on him. Mr. Insurance. Reliable as they come. Going the other direction if you want a veteran of the game. Sergio Ramos. Perhaps the greatest to do it. I understand the cases and the arguments and Maldini fans worldwide. I'm not here to upset you, but I do not want to discredit or take away from Ramos and what he's accomplished throughout his career. Even on the offensive end, he has more than 100 goals as a defender. Another fan favorite, undeniable talent, Rudiger. Go get the SBC. If you're watching this and for some reason he's no longer available, the 96 didn't make it for you at 380,000 coins on SBC pricing, you still got the team of the season, 100K flat, the chase back, the manual defending, the massive steps. There's an aura. The Italian stallion. Think under 400,000 coins for a team of the season at a 96 overall. And the stats are legit. The output is outputting. This is some of the best pasta you can pick up on the virtual pitch. I stand by it. Which leads me to the final top 5 for center backs that are not going to break the bank. When we talk midfielders, I put this together in a category of both holding mids and center mids that are going to give you a little more of that box-to-box possibility. And we're start out with an icon, and they've been underrepresented thus far, but I like Petit. I was surprised, put him into motion, played him as a center mid, a holding mid, even as a center back, 150, 160,000 coins. And the positioning was at such a premium. Breaking up plays, being able to find the passes. The only disclaimer, he's maybe not going to be a killer when it comes to the goal scoring threat. But I have scored some big goals with this version of Petit. Luka Modric, am I a fan? Abso-freaking-lutely. But for under 500,000 coins. And the types of left stick dribbling, the way that I expose and orchestrate in the midfield, I am not gonna knock the hustle. It's been a pleasure all year long. I still remember his early Champions League item that got upgraded and what that brought to the table. And maybe I'm just happy to see some of these specialist type of players that we know over the years, typically their ability on the pitch does not transcend to the virtual pitch, and this year has been different with passing play styles and how they matter. Vitinha, what a come up for the Portuguese individual. 97 SBC currently available, 400 and some extra helpers. Otherwise, go to the market for the 96. He's proven a player that, again, wiggles and works and finds angles and spacing and attacks and finances your investment on the offensive end. I realize it's late game, so the 5-star skills and the 5-star weak foot perhaps have become an expectation, but Vitinha still has both of those. Declan Rice, 97 overall. And the return of investment is too good to not talk about in a video like this. We're discussing 100,000 coins for a squad building challenge. Loud and clear. Is Declan Rice the most meta? That's debatable. Offensively, in goal scoring scenarios and situations, you can find better. Quick turning on the edge of the box. There are players that offer that, but from a holding mid perspective to what you're spending, what you're receiving, even if you wanted to run him as a center back, I have done that. It's just too cheap for the rating to not receive an inclusion. Speaking of, 99 overall. And on record, I have not been the biggest fan of Pedri. We're talking virtual pitch, not in real life. But the Spaniard is up to a 99, 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, stats everywhere. He's flourishing. under 500,000 coins. Vision like you've never experienced. Can score a goal, can break up a play. Can progress and regress, depending what you're looking for. He has the assertion. Those are my top 5 midfielders to choose from. And we've created a new category. We're talking about a number 10, a specialist. Players that focus on being center attacking mids. And we respect it. Del Piero, the icon upgrade. 95 overall is only 370,000 coins. Let the Italian do whatever he wants at all times. One of the best to do it. The man's expressive, a lot of authenticity, dictating, demanding, and creating all over the virtual pitch. Highly regarded, can score a goal, open up your body, give him a finesse to remember you by. Young and prominent, Musiala, just saw him in the Euros. Go after the team of the season, you might not love it, but that R1 dribble, that technical still stands the tell of time, or the time of tell, or the progress, or the game cycle that we've seen. One of the most explosive attacking midfielders in the game. It is what it is. And I like him in this role, the way that he can burst with some motion through the midfield and change matches. Finds the gaps to burst through inside the box. Musiala has always been a fan favorite on the channel. And for this type of video in particular, he's so darn cheap. Why wouldn't you give him a little more movement? Back-to-back Bundesliga, Florian Wirtz. Wow. Bayer Leverkusen. Wow. Team of the season. Giving you a little bit of that scooting and booting. The maestro of all maestros. What a season they've had. And if you want the full recap, tactically breaking down the story of Xabi Alonso, making moves over there from a managerial perspective, we'll link that below. It's a second channel that I expect all of you to be subscribed to. Please and thank you. Bonmati, I haven't used the footies. Level 32, 98 overall. If you grind, she's going to cost you nothing. But for the sake of this video, let's go with the 97. Team of the season's 150K. She looks like a pro clubs player and she performs like one. At 5'3" in particular, no shots fired. We like short kings and short queens, but I prefer as a center attacking mid comparatively to a center mid or a holding mid. Danny Olmo, and I don't think anyone predicted the type of performance and impact he would have for the Spanish national team. And I can't believe for 300,000 coins, you can get yourself a 98 overall. He's going to score for fun. He's going to generate with ease. And he's got backup power on deck. Those are my top 5 center attacking mids, or specialists, if you will. Let's talk about wingers. And I've linked both the right wing and the left wing all into one category. I did not break them up. We got the Frenchman Thierry Henry. I'm talking about the 93. And credit to EA. They finally got it right. He feels like himself. The 93 was game breaking. The 94, if you can afford them, upgrade it. If the 97 is in your tax bracket, by all means, and I prefer them out wide. If you want to put them up front, I will hear your case, your argument, but the point being that the 93 still holds up, especially if you're nice with the step overs. And a player that has some resemblance, at least on the virtual pitch, you just got to switch nations and cut the years in half. Rafael Leao. Go pick up the 95, 300,000 coins, call it a day. And if your budgets are bigger, you got a little more hefty on the bankroll, go get the 96. That upgrade is significant. Salah, the Egyptian God card. I can't believe he's come down to affordable or cheap price points, but that has happened. And you get yourself someone who's relentless down the wings. The finesse shot is some of the best that you can buy, that you can purchase. The movement, the trajectory, the curvature. I don't have anything negative to say. And he has 5-star skills. FUTTIES, part of the Barcelona crew with the women upgrades. She might be the front runner. She's leading that pack. I prefer out wide as opposed to her being central. That choice is up to you. She's just had the aura. There's been that extracurricular. She's had something about her from the very jump, from the beginning of the game. Players have caught up, but you can't deny what's right. And then Xavi Simons, the youngster. RB Leipzig on loan, been defying gravity and all sorts of normality, scoring goals in the Euros. You saw that. And I tried not to include a bunch of SBCs that are expired as we're recording, but I didn't think it would be right to exclude Xavi Simons. And I have him, and he's got upgraded, and he was 270 or 280,000 coins from an SBC evaluation. So at this point in time, next to nothing. Those are my wingers of choice, and if anything, there's plenty of room for debate because there's so many options that have versatility amongst attackers. Which brings us to strikers, and this might get highly controversial. It's a lot of personal preference. Drogba has been shutting things down. And that 94 to Golasso when he got the upgrade, if you like a hold-up player, big body type, aerial, knockdown, physicality, turn, burn, don't catch up, shield him off, for 150,000 coins, this is the guy. Came in broken, he's leaving out broken. That's my stance. Underrated like no other, and no one talks about him. 350,000 coins. And if you've used Stoichkov, I don't think you're questioning my placement. And he's a bit of a hybrid because you can play him up front, and he's maybe 5'10", 5'11", but the shoulders got some width. He could take it down. He can score from outside the box. He can finish a 1v1. He's got an iconic bonus. At least that's how I feel when I use him. Sonaldo, Premier League. Couple 100,000 coins, 5-star weak foot. I have always preferred him centrally versus being out wide. I will stand by that. You can keep me on repeat. You can quote me. Premier League, multiple years of fantastic history. This is a big upgrade. He'll give you 20 to 30 goals every weekend. No questions asked. Another day in the office space. Perhaps my most borderline selection, you can let me know. I got Mia Hamm, and I'm tossing the 95. Yes, she's 800,000 coins. That might not be considered affordable. If you're one of those people, I understand. Even the 93 has been able to rotationally get in my teams, my lineups. I'm still impressed by that item, and that's only 130,000 coins. So I'm giving you a 2-for-1. Mia Hamm as a new icon has just been a standout, an absolute must-have. Both feet, anywhere you want the business, she will arrive on time. 5-star review. And last but not least, and I like her body type as a striker, preferably to even being a winger or a cam, Lauren James. Got the team of the season, the 97 overall. If you're nice with the skills, you got the expression, the body feint, you drop a shoulder. She can give you that perfect deception when necessary. And because she's built a little wider, if you need to have some hold-up player, you want to whip in a cross, or you've got to go through a 50-50 or deal with a serious center back, you're still capable. You don't lose that singular striker feel when necessary. And this year in particular, it's been more important than any previous installment, having a little more size. We love some variety. Those are my top 5 strikers. Again, a lot of personal preference. There's plenty of players that will be left off. That's why we have the comment section. If you're brand new, it is free to subscribe. And as always, I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.